I want this to happen to me so bad. The world doesn't revolve around romance. Yes, it does. Enemies to lovers, supremacy. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it doesn't matter because I've literally never posted about books before, so this is basically my introduction, my application to booktube. Hi, my name is Hope. I like enemies to lovers, I like romance books, and I would die for Mr. Darcy. And I love fantasy. Anyways, now that I've got that out of the way, I just wanted to talk about my favorite books of 2021, partly for recommendation, partly because I really just want to rant about my favorite books. Y'all. Sorry, hold on. Guys, I have 5 books to talk about today, and I'm gonna do them in order from least to most favorite. Like the last one I talk about is gonna be my top favorite. Also, do you guys like my wall? Oh, hey boys. Some of these are like hardcore hinting at like what I'm about to be talking about, but shh, don't look too hard. But yeah, so if you're interested to know my favorite books of 2021, just keep watching. Oh my god, there's somebody walking outside. It's embarrassing. Okay, I'm gonna die. Okay, so the first book on the list that I'm gonna talk about is A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. So I did really enjoy this book. It is Hades and Persephone retelling, which if you know the story of Hades and Persephone, you know that we definitely had to have a feminist twist in here or else it just probably wasn't gonna be the vibe. It fits into one of my all-time favorite tropes that's always been one of my all-time favorite tropes, which is like good girl, bad boy. Saying it out loud, honestly, but like you get what I'm saying, like angel girl, misunderstood bad boy. That really is Hades in the story is very misunderstood. Persephone is finally got some newfound freedom and she's like discovering herself, so it's a good story. It is enemies to lovers, and it is probably the spiciest, actually 100,000,000% the spiciest out of all the books that I'm gonna talk about today. But I'm gonna read the back just in case that wasn't enough to really explain the plot, because it probably wasn't. Persephone is the goddess of spring by title only. The truth is, since she was a little girl, flowers have shriveled at her touch. After moving to New Athens, she hopes to lead an unassuming life disguised as a mortal journalist. Hades, god of the dead, has built a gambling empire in the mortal world, and his favorite bets are rumored to be impossible. After a chance encounter with Hades, Persephone finds herself in a contract with the god of the dead, and the terms are impossible. Persephone must create life in the underworld or lose her freedom forever. The bet does more than expose Persephone's failure as a goddess, however. As she struggles to sow the seeds of her freedom, love for the god of the dead grows, and it's forbidden. But this is A Touch of Darkness. I actually also love like the cover. Like how nice is that? Ooh, I'm gonna read some of my favorite quotes from the book just to get you interested. I have waited lifetimes for you, he said as if it was an oath he was swearing on every star in the sky, every drop of water in the ocean, every soul in the entire universe. I know it. Somebody said that to me. That's all I have to say. Touch of Darkness, that's number 5 on the list. Oh, and I ranked it 4 out of 5 stars. 4 out of 5 stars for this one. Okay, next on the list is literally probably the polar opposite of what I was just talking about, and it is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This book is not at all spicy, not at all dark. It is actually the exact opposite. It is very cute and fun and I honestly didn't think I was going to like it that much because I'm definitely an enemies to lovers supremacy. Like that's what I love, right? When it comes to a romance book. So I didn't think I was gonna like it because this is a friends to lovers, but I think, and this might be what it is, the story takes place in Paris, okay? Anna is sent by her parents to go to like an American school in Paris. She's sent there, she doesn't know anybody. She makes some friends, one of her friends being Etienne St. Clair. It's a whole friends to lovers type situation. Etienne is also, he's British. He has a British accent, but he was born in America, but he's lived in France. So like, just genuinely like, she's just living my dream essentially is what it is. So that's probably why I loved it so much. And if you love Paris, like I'm obsessed with Paris. It's just everything to me. So this was like, I felt like I was there. I mean, not really. I was definitely like in my room. There are a few very cringy parts in it. I will have to warn you about that. But the rest of the story really makes up for it. So I was like, okay, you know, I just had to close it for a little bit, like regroup and be like, what did I just read? And then we were back on track and everything was fine. But yeah, super good. I rate this one a 4 out of 5 for sure. I'm gonna read some of my favorite quotes now. Let me shut up. This one, I want this to happen to me so bad. And this is why I love this quote. He says, fair enough. That was not relevant. Have you read this? I shake my head. Good, because I just bought it for you. I'm just gonna let that one sink in. If somebody ever did that to me, if a guy ever did that to me, I literally just got chills. I wish I could show you on the camera my goosebumps right now because I literally got chills. But anyways, cute book. If you're into contemporary, like modern love stories and you love Paris and you love British guys. So good. I loved it. 4 out of 5 stars, period. Okay, what is next? The Cruel Prince series, entire series. I actually read the entire series. I think maybe a week. Like it was so fast because I had to go directly as soon as I shut this book. I was like, okay, at Barnes & Noble's, boom. And then I was like, before I even like got to the last chapter, I was like, boom. The crazy thing about these books is that it's not even romance. And you might be thinking like, okay, the world doesn't revolve around romance. Yes, it does. I cannot read a book that is not romance. I mean, I can read, but like, I don't want to. It would be against my will. This book, it's not about romance. There is romance in it. There is romance in it, but it is not the main point of the story. And I will have you know, I did not know going into this book that it wasn't romance. I was under the impression that it was an enemies to lovers, like that was the point of it. And so I was really confused when I got to like the last couple pages and I was like, where's the romance? Like, I am not seeing the romance. And then I realized it wasn't a romance book. So I was like, okay, it's so good. It's fantasy. It's like the fairy, y'all know, you know what I'm talking about. Like at first I was like, fairies, I'm gonna read about a bunch of fairies. But then I discovered Cardan Greenbriar, which is the main like man, he's the cruel prince, okay? And I was like, you know what? No, I get what y'all are talking about with these fairy dudes, because like, try to insert a picture right here of like him, like a drawing of him, or maybe even like an edit, or like somebody like dressed up. I don't even care, just Cardan. Dude. Yes. But I think the main reason that I love this book is because of Jude. Like, she's the main character. It's her POV. And I never seen so much of myself in a character, but I am gonna read a couple quotes that like, I literally like, when I had to stop and be like, anyways, first, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me read the freaking back of the book. I'm gonna read the back. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous High Court of Fairy. Okay, we're starting off strong. Like, if that's not gripping enough, I'm like, let me read that again. Let me write it back. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous High Court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there. But many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan, the youngest and wickedest son of the Hive King. Okay, and immediately, so he's the one, so it's like, I'm in love with him. Okay, cool. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. But I'm gonna read some of the quotes from The Cruel Prince that, I don't know, if you're like me, then you're gonna be like, wow, she's like me. Talking about Jude. I love this one. She says, I feel better than great. I feel nothing, a glorious emptiness. Right off the bat, sis, like, anyways, I love that, like, feeling nothing. Another one, this is weakness, to put fear above ambition, above family, above love, but it feels good. It feels like being powerful. Gryffindor vibes? Did anybody hear Gryffindor vibes? Because when I read that, I was like, oh, so she's a Gryffindor? I mean, obviously she's a Gryffindor, but I was like, so confirmed, she's a Gryffindor. Ooh, yeah. Anyways, I'm horrified by my own impulse to bend my knee to him, my own desire to let him touch my head with a ringed hand. I don't even know, yeah. My eyes are watering. That one was good. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 5 stars. 5 stars. I love this book. I loved the series so much. So well written. And Jude is living inside my brain rent-free. Definitely recommend. All right, next book. I'm so excited to talk about this one. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This book, you guys, literally so good. I'm actually reading the series right now, so I've only read this one so far. I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury, enemies to lovers, fantasy. Again, we got little fairy boys in here. This particular book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which, fun fact about me, I'm obsessed with Beauty and the Beast. They had me at Beauty and the Beast retelling, then they had me again at Enemies to Lovers, and then they had me before that at fantasy. All the dudes in here are hot. I mean, it's just, well, I imagine them all as hot in my head. I basically imagine them all as Harry Styles in different wigs, but that's not the point. I mean, look how many tabs. Can you even see? Check out the tabs. This is another one, maybe my favorite main character ever. I don't know, her and Jude are like, it's about a girl. Actually, let me read the back. I don't think you guys want me to sit here and try to articulate that. When 19-year-old huntress Farah kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows only about from legends, Farah discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's ever been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairyland. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Farah must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. So good. If you like enemies to lovers and you like fantasy, then you should read this book. I'm gonna read some quotes from this book. Okay. Be glad of your human heart, Farah. Pity those who don't feel anything at all. I couldn't explain about the hole that had already formed in my soul. Didn't want to, so I just nodded. I love this book. But yeah, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. It is definitely a 5-star for me. I feel like these two are like sisters. It's like the little sister, this is the big sister. This wasn't super spicy, but I have heard that throughout the series it gets spicier. This one's not spicy. I mean, there's some romance parts, but it's not spicy. So, all right. Now the moment that you all been waiting for. Not really, the moment I have been waiting for. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. My mother. Not really, but low-key. You guys, this book, I don't even know how to even put it into words, how much I love this book. So let me back up. It is a Patroclus and Achilles retelling. So it's kind of like a coming of age, friends to lovers. It's got action, it's got romance, it's got tragedy, it's got everything. It literally has everything. I recommend this book to just literally anybody. And not only does it have like every single genre in it, it's also so beautifully written. The way Madeline Miller writes, like, it's so good. Warning, you will cry. I mean, maybe you won't, but like, if you have a heart, you will cry. I'm kidding. I'm not. It is such a good book. The fact that Madeline was able to take a typically hated Greek mythology figure like Achilles and make me sympathize so much with him and feel like I get where he's coming from was incredible. Like, I found myself sympathizing with him so heavily, and I think a big reason is because the story is from Patroclus' point of view, and Achilles is seen through Patroclus' eyes, the way that he sees him, which of course is with so much love. And oh man, I would die for Patroclus. I would. And you know, I'd probably die for both of them. Look at them. My boys. Anyways, so I'm gonna read a few quotes from here. I'm gonna try my best not to cry. Literally no promises, but I'm going to try. This and this and this. We were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but the other. Let me just move on. Had she really thought I would not know him? I could recognize him by touch alone, by smell. I would know him blind by the way his breaths came and his feet struck the earth. I would know him in death at the end of the world. If love ain't like that, I don't want it. If somebody doesn't love me like that, I don't want it. Don't tell me it's not true. If somebody comes in my comments like, love isn't like that, I'll... This last one's short. I don't even need this. He is half my soul, as the poets say. I know you've heard that one before. I know you have. If you're on Book Talk at all, then you've probably heard it. If not, let that sink in. He is half my soul, as the poets. Oh my God. I have chills again. I can't show you, like, I'm not lying. I have chills. They're literally like, oh, this is another one here. I just opened to it. And perhaps it is the greater grief, after all, to be left on earth when another is gone. Do you think? Oh! His face drawn sharply by the flickering shadows. I would know it in darker disguise, I told myself. I would know it even in madness. What else do I need to convince you? Like, my queen. I love her so much. And I will have you know, once you read this and decide that you're obsessed with it like me, Madeline Miller is writing a Persephone retelling. And I will be so obnoxious about it. And I know I will be, and I'm apologizing now. Anyways, this one has 1 billion out of 5 stars. I can't even say 5 stars, because if I give this one 5 stars, I have to give every other one 4 stars, which I don't. These are definitely 5 stars for me. So this one has to be like 1 billion stars, because it's so good. I love it so much. I can't even express it. Y'all are over it now. I know you're over it. That's how badly I want you to read it, because I can't get over it and I want to talk about it with people. I would literally sell my left kidney to be able to read this for the first time. I wouldn't, actually, just put that on the record. So that's actually all of the books that I have on my favorite books of 2021 list. All amazing books, highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please read the Song of Achilles. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope that it's cold and rainy so that you can snuggle up with your favorite book and a big giant cup of coffee, and the cat's next to you, and then you can bundle up and read the Song of Achilles. Salut, bonsoir, ciao, je m'appelle Hope. Bye.